Hi everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the We're Gonna Make It podcast show. This is your host Harshdeep, bringing you the latest and greatest from the cutting-edge world of emerging tech. Today, we're on the brink of exploring something absolutely phenomenal, a subject shrouded in mystery and brimming with limitless potential. What if I told you were about to dive deep into a topic that could transform our world as we know it? It holds the power to rewrite the rules of our everyday life, revolutionize multiple industries, and propel us into a future that sounds more like science fiction than reality. This isn't about time travel, teleportation, or invisibility cloaks. This is something much closer to home, yet still out of reach. Something that's already in works behind the scenes in laboratories across the globe. Today, we are journeying into the fascinating realm of material science, focusing on a groundbreaking development that could potentially revolutionize our understanding of technology. So buckle up as we take a deep dive into the intriguing world of superconductors, and specifically the LK-99. Now you might think the LK-99 sounds like some mysterious code from a sci-fi movie, but this isn't fiction. In fact, the LK-99 is a tangible, real-world marvel that's shaking the scientific community all across the internet. It's a type of crystal structure, more specifically a modified lead apatite. An apatite, for those who are wondering, is a group of phosphate minerals often used in fertilizers. But before we dive headfirst into what makes LK-99 so unique, let's explore some necessary background information. For over a century now, the scientific community has been obsessed with something called superconductivity. Superconductivity is a state where a material can conduct electricity without any resistance. In simpler, more visual terms, it's like a highway where cars can travel without any obstacles. But there's always been one catch. You see, all superconductors we've discovered to date require incredibly low temperatures to function, often chillingly close to absolute zero. That's minus 273.15 degrees Celsius for those who are not up to date with our temperature scales. This necessity for extreme cold has kept superconductors from being as widely used as we'd like it. But this is where LK-99 swoops in to save the day. LK-99 displays the Meissner effect at room temperature. If you're not sure what the Meissner effect is, it's a phenomenon where a superconductor will repel a magnetic field. Imagine you're trying to push the same poles of two magnets together and you feel that certain resistance. That's what LK-99 does with magnetic fields. But that's not all. LK-99 also demonstrates a superconducting critical temperature above 126.85 degrees Celsius. The critical temperature is the temperature at which a material transitions from a regular conductor into a superconductor. And while most known superconductors need to get down to freezing temperatures to do their magic, LK-99 breaks the rules and performs its tricks at room temperature itself. So how does LK-99 achieve this? Well, there are two factors to consider here. The first is volume contraction. That's when the space that a material takes up shrinks down, which happens when lead in the crystal structure is replaced by copper. The second factor is an enhanced repulsive Coulomb interaction that occurs because of a structural deformation. In simpler terms, this means the changes in the structure increase the force that repels the charged particles from each other. The LK-99 is a polycrystalline material made up of lots of tiny crystals. It's similar to a modified lead apatite, but there's slight shifts in the arrangement of its atoms. These shifts are important because they indicate a decrease in the lattice constant. And the lattice constant is a measure of the size of the crystal's unit cell, the smallest repeating unit of a crystal. A decrease in this size means the unit cell is getting smaller, and that's what we call volume contraction. The discovery of LK-99 has the potential to redefine our understanding of superconductivity and its practical applications. If you think about energy-efficient power transmission and high-speed levitating trains, a room temperature superconductor like LK-99 could make these technologies not just possible, but commonplace. Now I'm sure you're wondering who is behind this fantastic discovery. Well, South Korean scientists Sukpei Lee, Ji-Hoon Kim, and Young-Won Kwon claimed the discovery of the LK-99. They christened it using their initials L and K, and the 99, well, that remains to be a part of the mystery. So why does the LK-99 matter today? You need to picture this. You have a wire, and as electricity flows through this wire, it faces resistance, which leads to energy loss ultimately. But if we could create materials that offered zero resistance to electrical flow, we could eliminate energy loss. And that is why superconductors are so important. The idea of a room temperature superconductor is tantalizing because it could change how we transmit power, make quantum computers more practical, and possibly alter the trajectory of human evolution. So you can see why the LK-99, if it passes its rigorous scientific validations, could be a monumental game changer here. And of course, the path to such major discovery is not without its challenges. Critics have pointed out that technical errors and inconsistencies in the initial research, raising doubts about the validity of the findings. But despite these challenges, the trio of scientists remains confident. In the world of technology, there's always something new on the horizon. Whether LK-99 becomes a monumental breakthrough or fades into the scientific history remains to be seen. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into the potential use cases of room temperature superconductors like LK-99. First up, let's consider power transmission and distribution. Normally, we face significant energy loss during transmission, particularly over long distances. If LK-99 becomes a stable room temperature superconductor, it could help us develop a new power grid system where electricity is transmitted with minimal loss. Imagine the implications. Energy from renewable sources in remote locations could be brought to power-hungry urban centers efficiently. That's not just an economical boon, it's a huge win for environment too, reducing carbon footprints and overall energy costs. Next up, let's imagine LK-99 powering the next generation of magnetic levitation or maglev trains. These trains already use superconductors, but they have to be kept at low temperatures, which is expensive and complicated. Room temperature superconductors dramatically cut those costs and make these ultra-fast, frictionless trains a practical option for mainstream transportation. In the healthcare sector, room temperature superconductors could usher in a new era of medical imaging. Advanced MRI machines using superconductors could provide doctors with crystal clear, highly detailed images for diagnosis, improving patient outcomes. Moving to the IT sector, imagine superconducting computer systems which would deliver blazing fast processing speeds while consuming minimal energy. Tasks that require massive computational power, such as climate modeling, drug discovery, and financial analysis, could be accomplished much faster and more efficiently. Turning to energy storage, consider superconducting magnetic energy storage systems capable of efficient, rapid energy storage and retrieval. This would go a long way to address the problem of intermittent nature of many renewable energy sources, ensuring reliable power supply even during peak demands and emergencies. But what about cars? Well, room temperature superconductors could give electric vehicles performance a massive boost, reducing energy losses during charging and improving motor efficiency. That means longer driving ranges, faster charging times, which would make EVs even more appealing to potential buyers. We could even see the wide-scale adoption of room temperature superconductors as fault current limiters in our power grids. These devices would help to protect our electrical infrastructure from surges and blackouts, ensuring a more reliable energy supply for everyone. These superconductors could also power high-speed generators for aircrafts, ships, and industry, offering unparalleled efficiency and reliability. Consider a cargo ship equipped with a room temperature superconducting generator, slashing fuel consumption and emissions while boosting performance and reliability. In the medical world, we could see the development of a compact, more powerful magnetic resonance therapy devices for treating cancer and other conditions. More powerful magnetic fields could make treatments more effective and targeted at the same time. One of the holy grails of energy industry is fusion power could also benefit from this. Superconducting magnets are vital for containing the plasma in fusion reactors, and room temperature superconductors could significantly reduce the operational cost and complexity of future fusion power plants. In the power networks, superconducting transformers could increase the efficiency of power conversion and distribution, and that's a win for both utility companies and consumers, leading to a more stable, resilient power supply. And that's not all. We could also see more efficient electromagnetic launch systems such as those used to launch spaceships and aircrafts. Using these superconductors, these systems could operate with much higher level performance, reducing launch cost and increasing payload capacity. The field of quantum computing could also get a boost. These superconductors could enable more scalable, practical quantum computing setups, paving the way for significant advancements in this space. Superconducting sensors could also become more common in areas like geology, astronomy, and security thanks to heightened sensitivity provided by these devices. This could translate to more accurate earthquake predictions, more precise astronomical observations, and more reliable security scanners. In research, we could see development of high-field magnets facilitating breakthroughs in fundamental research and material science. Even the aviation industry could get a lift, with these superconductors improving propulsion efficiency and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This could lead to a much greener aviation sector. So, as you can see, if LK-99 or any similar material becomes a stable room temperature superconductor, the possibilities are mind-boggling. From energy to healthcare, from transportation to computing, these materials could truly transform our world. Here's hoping the researchers continue to make progress in unlocking the potential of these amazing materials. And with that, we're concluding today's episode. We've embarked on an incredible journey exploring the astounding potential of room temperature superconductors, specifically the LK-99. It's important to remember, however, that while the possibilities are incredibly exciting, we are still in the early stages of this research. While this material is currently being studied in laboratories worldwide, it will require further development and testing before it can become a practical and economical solution. What's fascinating though is how this field of research is expanding rapidly, and each new discovery brings us closer to a future powered by superconductors. Just imagine a world where power is transmitted without loss, where ultra-fast, frictionless trains become mainstream, where medical imaging devices becomes more precise, where our everyday electronic devices operate at lightning-fast speeds with minimal energy consumption. That's not science fiction, it's a potential reality now. And it's all thanks to dedicated researchers and scientists tirelessly pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and understanding. It's a truly exciting time in my opinion, and we can't wait to see where these innovations takes us next. So, let's remain hopeful and stay curious as we continue to keep an eye on these developments. Remember, every great innovation starts with a spark of imagination and a belief in the power of possibility. As we conclude today's episode, I want to thank you for joining us on this thrilling exploration of these superconductors. We hope that you've learned something new and exciting, and that you're inspired as we are about the technological advances that are just over the horizon. This is your host Harshdeep signing off for now, but looking forward to welcoming you back next time as we continue our journey into the exciting world of emerging tech. So stay curious, stay informed, and always remember, we're gonna make it. Goodbye.